Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to Dumb SEO Questions, episode 179. Each week we meet here to answer the questions asked on the SEO Questions community on Google+. Don't bother trying to search for it in Google+, though. You'll have to find us via organic search. For some reason or other, Google won't display our name. Anyway, we only have one question tonight, so we won't keep you long with us tonight. We have David Roseanne. David, a copywriter of 30 Ideas Standing and an SEO for 12 of those. David hails from the southern end of England, in West Sussex, close to the water. And Tim Capper is in Corby, to the north of London. He's the CEO of onlineownership.com. You can find David at writingforseo.org. All right, the first question that we have is... it's not really a question, it's somebody wanting us to endorse his business plan, I think, or, well, maybe not. But anyway, Facebook marketing, which should give you a clue, said, "Hi, can anyone tell me why is social media marketing important? I've launched my business and want to know if I need to hire any executives for it. Is it worth it?"
Well, if he's launched his business, he should know if he's Facebook marketing GI. But anyway, let's have a go at this. Let's look at answering this. God, doesn't wake up. Yes, it's important, particularly if your market, the people you're marketing to, are generally hanging out in a particular part of social media. Work out where your target market is and engage with them. And if they are generally hanging about in a particular part of social media, then that's where you go. The other thing is, if you're selling a product or service, as Dave Elliott said in the responses, if you're running a business selling a marketing tool for Facebook, well, yes, that's where your target's going to be. So yes, marketing on Facebook would be very good for that. There are lots of things that social marketing is less important for. Social media marketing is less important for. But we should know this. So after many years of so many different parts of the internet becoming part of the digital marketing SEO mix, so anyone trying to say that that organic SEO is the only thing, or content marketing is the only thing, or social media marketing is the only thing, is basically selling themselves and anyone that they're communicating with short. Very seldom can anyone or any business either have the resources and time or the need to do all of these things. You've got to check from the smorgasbord and find the tasty stuff. And if social media marketing is tasty, then yes, it's important. Jim?
Yes?
I just thought I'd give you a go.
Well, I don't have a lot to say. I mean...
Oh, that was Tim, not Jim. Oh, got too many M's. Too many M's. But you can have a go, yes.
No, I'd rather stay away from... I'm. It's like offering an alcoholic a drink. I'd rather stay away from Facebook. But I don't think there's any doubt that you can do well on Facebook. It looks like Tim's just taken a phone call. Yeah, you can do well, but it depends on what your ethics are. I think anyway. Although no, I've got a couple of friends that are doing a lot of business on Facebook, so maybe it's not an ethics-free zone, but it's not my cup of tea anyway. But yes, you should cover all your bases, and Facebook is one of them. Rob Mars is on Facebook. I have to ask him for his opinion. Yes, you really can't ignore it. I recommend it to my clients, but I just don't like it myself. I don't have enough LOLs in me.
You're miserable.
Good morning, Rob Mars. We'd like your opinion on this. Facebook marketing asks, hi, can anyone tell me why is social media marketing important? I have launched my business and want to know if I need to hire any executives for it.
Well, depends on the kind of business.
I mentioned it's marketing on Facebook.
Well, if you have the kind of business people talk about, I would use Facebook.
Yep.
From the silence, I take it that you discussed differently in the previous minutes.
No, we didn't. David, I didn't add anything, and David reacted positively.
Okay.
All right. So, well, look, that's all the questions we have this week on the SEO Questions community, and I guess that's because if somebody tries to search for SEO questions or dumb SEO questions on Google+, our community does not appear. So if someone's physically actually searching for our name, it can't be found. It's being deliberately excluded. Yeah. All I can say is you bastards. All right, let's move on to our news section. Each week we answer or talk on the topics posted on the SEO news community on Google+. I must check and see if that's able to be found. You can post your own topics if you wish, and we will talk about them. This one is Google Ads Android referrer tracking for analytics, posted by David Rozam. I hope he knows what it means because I have no clue. There are a lot of words here. I won't try to read them out. You can see them in their entirety on the SEO news community. David, you posted this. Tell me about it.
Well, I was rather hoping that one of the more technical people here would explain this properly to me, because I had the same thing. I read it and I thought, okay, I kind of get what this is about, but I thought if I post this here, then someone who knows far more about it than me should be along. And is Rob making I know about this volunteering here?
I see.
I know nothing about it either. I always exclude apps from my AdWords.
Ah, well,
because
Oh, wow,
99% of in-app advertising is just people accidentally clicking on that ad, in my opinion.
Hmm.
If you want to install an app or use an app, you don't want to go somewhere else. You're not searching for something. You want to do something.
Yeah, I'd say for 99% of app publishers, this would be of no use because it's just so hard to get somebody to download your app. I know this from experience, having produced an absolutely brilliant app about 5 years ago. Spent a lot of money having it produced, and I think we got a few hundred downloads, but commercially it was a total fail.
Hmm.
And I mean, app developers these days, they've got to compete against the Chinese. The Chinese have people sitting there with banks of mobile phones. They might have 60 mobile phones on racks in front of them. They'll sit there and download an app on queue. They'll take instructions and download that app, and so all of a sudden an app has 500, 600 downloads and becomes a little attractive. I mean, app marketing in that sense is similar to the Wild West of Facebook. It's just not honest, not ethical, and you know, only the crooks do well. And letting Google see, app developers see where a downloader was referred from, or what link they clicked to download the app. You know, they probably only have one, and they're just grateful to get it. I mean, it's not meaningful data for most app developers.
We'll see.
We'll see. Okay.
More important news from AdWords is that they skipped the whole right-hand column.
Yes.
That's far more interesting news than the app referral.
We certainly have that as a news item to
Do indeed. I was
discuss.
going to put that up, but I think Jim got in already.
We'll get to that shortly. Did I do that?
I don't know. Someone else did.
Must have been in my sleep.
Mm.
Here's one from our good friend Niraj Kumar. He's promoting an article that he has written. Meher Bhagat, how are you?
I'm good. How
Hello,
are you
Meher.
guys?
Good.
Hello.
Meher's a human resources specialist and social media queen from Delhi in India. I should have mentioned that Rob is an AdWords aficionado from the Netherlands. And you can find Rob at marketbiz.nl, marketbiz.nl. All right, this one is, he's sent us a screenshot. How did he do this, guys? Or how was this done? You can see that everywhere you look in auto suggest is double height type. Somebody help me before I'm dying here, guys. Somebody answer. All right, I'm going to call that an answer. Okay, let's go to the next one. I loaded this. It was one of the ones that David loaded at the last minute tonight. I meant to have a look at it. So I hope one of you guys can jump in on it. Google considering article recommendations in Chrome. Google is considering a new service in Chrome that would recommend articles based on browsing history. Their articles would be served when a new tab is opened in Chrome. It sounds as if it would offer articles similar to how Google now recommends articles to users based on browser history, such as searches, sites visited, and interests.
I think this is potentially quite interesting, isn't it? It's another way of getting one's content or having one's content put in front of people, well, potential customers, potential readers. We'll have the usual scrabble of trying to work out how or why Google is displaying what it is displaying, but it's possibly another opportunity to get some organic results in front of potential customers. You know, when we find that organic results have gradually been shuffled down off below the fold, if someone's using a small screen, and we're seeing a lot of promoted content, then maybe it will be a good thing. But it's one of the, to be honest, it's one of those things that's come up. Google has said yes, it's experimenting with it, but as yet there's no there's no commitment to actually making it live in any way. But I think it would be nice to see.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as an average user, I'm never short of an article to read. I bookmark articles through the year, and I think I've got articles that I bookmarked 5 years ago. When I finally get to have a look and wonder what that is, the site's gone.
I bet you've got piles of old newspapers in the corner of your office as well, haven't you?
No, not anymore. They're gone. All right. Let me tweet that. Okay. Let's move on to our next article. Here's one for all of you Facebook experts out there. Facebook is opening up instant articles to all publishers. And this is Facebook's method of fast delivery. Apparently, by the way, I read an article yesterday that Google AMP is well set up and running really fast. I can't remember where.
Yeah, Google App seems to be a parallel way of doing a similar thing to instant articles on Facebook, in as much as the way I understand it, AMP is more it is of interest to publishers, and and this is very much a publishing stroke broadcast type function going on. But I'm hoping that Mahir, who's the Facebook person here, will be able to tell us some more about it, because it's good that the big publishers on Facebook have stopped having the advantage here. It's good to see that all publishers can use it now, and that has to be a good thing. That has to be a good thing for any of us who want to put content on Facebook.
Well, there must be a parameter that Facebook is going to actually include every publisher. There would be certain parameters that Facebook would be looking forward to. Similarly, like Google, there are, in case if you want to show up in their feeds, in the news feeds, Google has some parameters that, decides whether this has to go on the top of the list for a specific user. Obviously, that's based interest. Like similar topic that we were discussing for Google now. Yes, Google does that. Google picks your interest that you've visited or you've shown interest. Like for right now, I see a couple of articles from New York Times, and specifically for smartphones, because I do search smartphones and similar topics. So it automatically shows me feed. So is Facebook, because Facebook has realized that, even for me as a user experience, when I say I, scroll through my wall stream and there are a couple of articles that really intrigues me and I want to open that up. Initially, what Facebook did was take me to the, different link on a browser and open that there. Then it changed its parameter to actually open the link within Facebook. So now realizing the potential that people are reading articles apart from just sharing any kind of thing that they feel like people are reading. So it's not tough, it's not hard to expect Facebook introducing something like this, and this has been in talks for quite a long time. I think this discussion that we're talking about, we did in Social Media Fridays as well. I remember there was I think that was 3 months or 4 months ago that we heard this news was coming out, and they're finally introducing it. It's good. I think it's a great experience. As a user experience, it's good. But when it comes to selection of publishers, yes, I do assume, because I've not read the article yet, I've not actually gone through the entirety of the thing, but I do believe Facebook will set parameters for any publisher to be on their platform, especially on Insta published platform, because you don't want any kind of thing floating around and distributed to public without. I do assume, because I've not read the article yet, I've not actually gone through the entire.
You still with us?
Yes. I could hear myself. I don't know what happened. So, yes.
I can hear you too. It sounded good.
So yes, I do believe they're going to not just give access to any kind of publisher. They would be verified, or they would have a specific set of ratings in the content, so that they can be defaultly published, not just randomly throw up anything and people can read it. It's also a bad for repetition on Facebook. So there would be certain parameters for publishers to be on this platform. That's pretty much it.
Excellent. Great answer. All right, let's tweak that and we'll move on. Outgoing links used as a ranking signal. I saw this. It was an effort towards doing something definitive, but I don't think that they tried hard enough to exclude all other logical outcomes. But it's great to see that people are still doing this. I mean, I know Dan Petrovic does a heap of it, you know, I think back to those heady days of the early days of Google Plus, when we had a lot of people doing experimentation and publishing and sharing. It doesn't happen so much these days, but maybe we can bring it back. Who knows? But anyway, these people, and yeah, they wrote. Dear me, is it Ran Fiskin? Is he commenting on the SEO news community? Let me have a look at that. Any comments on this article? Did anyone get a chance to read it? Rob Mars is shaking his head. Did you have a chance, David? And David is shaking his head. Look, I did read the article, and I commend it, and yeah. This is not making good television, is it?
I was just wondering, you thought there was some potential holes in it. What were they?
From memory, I can't remember one of them. But
I withdraw the question. I wasn't here to embarrass you, Jim.
No, it's okay. You've got to remember, I'm an old man. I can't even remember what I had for breakfast this morning. I walk into a room and wonder how I got there.
The wheelchair, Jim. The wheelchair.
I'm not that decrepit, mate. Oh, look, I can't think of one of them. But look, people I used to laugh when people are talking about page rank sculpting and preserving your link juice and all the rest of it. I mean, and I even hate the word link juice. I think it's the dumbest word on the face of this earth. But you know, the value from the links coming into your site, it's value that's applied only to your site, and it's of no value to you to not link out. And if there's a useful reason for linking out, it might be to sell a product. Go ahead and just use that outgoing link. This article seems to think that the outgoing links provided some sort of value in ranking these sites, but it could well be that because the sites were more useful, that might be the ranking signal that worked for them. The greater user experience on the site made them more valuable to people, and that reflected some sort of statistic back to Google that gave the sites greater value. I think people overthink this a lot. Well, I think people overthink SEO, period. You know, did the outgoing links have a consistent positive rankings impact? Maybe not. It could have been. There could have been other reasons, and I'm just disappointed a little that this study didn't try a lot harder to exclude all of those other possibilities. And there were a couple. I just can't think of one. But I'll take this on board, and I'll try and remember next time to I usually rely on you guys. I just ask the questions. All right. Let's move on to the next. HTTP2, posted by Edwin Yonk. Funny thing, that's the one I asked about last week, and that's possibly why Edwin posted that. We can move on from that. Now, this is the one that we should all be talking about. Google is removing ads from the right-hand side of search results. I think really Google is more doing this because nobody ever clicks on them. People have these ads and that they run down the thing, and it keeps people involved. But Google's finally woken up, I guess, that there's no value in them. But anyway, they're removing them. I'm sure, I mean, given the way Google A/B tests to the nth degree, there's a financial incentive for them to do so. And maybe it's to put more knowledge graph results in and make the page appear better than just a hopeless mishmash of ads and all of the organic results below the fold. It's sort of getting like the old Alta Vista. It's just a hodgepodge, a Google search result now. And maybe this is an attempt to clean up. What do you guys think?
Well, I'm wonderfully cynical about this, and I think by reducing the number of slots, Google is going to see people bidding higher to get into them rather than be on those top spots on the second page. But I'm sure that I'm sure that God will have much more cogent stuff to say about it than me. But I just think that we're going to be seeing we're going to be forced into making higher bids.
Well, they have to. They will have to figure out people will do that, because if there are less ads to click on,
yeah,
ads that are clickable must deliver the same kind of money. So the cost per click will most likely go up. And people do click on those right-hand side ads.
Do they?
Yeah, otherwise you would have an average of position of somewhere between 2 and 3, and for a lot of campaigns it's just 5 or 6, and they do get enough traffic. It was a nice way to get more traffic from a larger group for less costs. So most likely the small and medium businesses will have the problems. I noticed they now show up to 3 ads at the bottom of the page. So there are still 7 ads on a page. But what it will bring us in the future, I don't know.
Didn't they always have the ads on the bottom though?
Not always, sometimes.
All right. Any other comments?
Not from me.
Okay. Well, Google, I think it's a positive step removing those ads from the right-hand side of search results. Rob Mars doesn't think so. But anyway, that's it. We're at that time of the day again. We thank you for watching. I see at the moment there's nobody watching us. But I'm sure somebody will watch this a little bit later on. We'll be back at the same time next week to do this all again, but for now, it's good night.
Good night.
Oh, just before we go, I must say, if you can find the SEO Questions community to post your own questions, if you can't find it using Google Plus search, and at the moment it's an absolute impossibility, use Google Organic Search or go to dumbseoquestions.com and click any every post on dumbseoquestions.com has a link back to the SEO Questions community where you can add your questions. And I think what we might do is put a page we'll put on the front page the ability to ask a question, and we'll make that our goal, I guess. Let people ask directly on dumbseoquestions.com and not bother with the SEO Questions community. If Google's not going to show it when people search for it directly, then well, we don't really have much of a choice. Anyway, let's talk about it through the week, and we'll see what we do then. Thanks very much for watching. Your participation makes what we do worthwhile, and for that we thank you very much. I'll put a link to this hangout in the SEO Questions community. Not that you'll be able to find it, but I'll put it there anyway. Come and join us if you like. We'll be off the air, but we'd love to have a chat.